See who comes over the red-blossomed heather, the green banners kissing the cold mountain air. Heads erect, eyes to front, stepping proudly together. Freedom sits crowned on each proud spirit there. While down the glen twining their blessed steel shining, like rivers of beauty the flow from each glen. O'er mountain and valley 'tis liberty's rally, out and make way for the bold Fenian men. Our prayers and our tears have been scoffed and derided, they shut out God's sunlight from spirit and mind. Our foes were united and we were divided, we met and they scattered us all to the wind. But once more returning within our veins burning, the fire that illumined fair Aherlow's glen. Oh, pay them back woe for woe, give them back blow for blow, out and make way for the bold Fenian men. We have men from the Boyne, from the Nore and the Shannon. Let tyrants come forth, we'll put force against force. Our pen is the sword and our voice is the cannon, rifle to rifle and horse against horse. We'll make the false Saxon feel Erin's avenging steel. God on our side, we will triumph again. Oh, raise the old cry, new slogan of Con and Hugh, out and make way for the bold Fenian men. Side by side for the cause have our forefathers battled, our ears ever echo the tread of a slave, on Ilion's green hill where the leaden hail rattled, through the red gap of glory the march to the graves. And all who inherit their name or their spirit shall march neath the banner of liberty when all who love Saxon law, native or Sassana, out and make way for the bold Fenian men. I am a true-born Irishman, John Mitchell is my name. When first to help my country boys from Newrytown I came, I struggled hard both day and night to free my native land, for which I was transported, as you may understand. When next I served my country, boys, it was in 42. And what did follow after I soon will tell to you. I raised the standard of revolt and glory in the deed. I vowed to heaven I never would rest till my country will be freed. Then they cast me into prison until my trial day. My loving wife came up to me, these words to me did say, cheer up, dear John, your heart cheer up, and daunted do not be, for 'tis better to die for Ireland's right than live in slavery. I was placed on board a convict ship without no more delay, and when on board that convict ship I'll never forget that day. I gazed all round while on the deck to take a farewell view. I shed a tear, but not through fear, my native land for you. When I received my sentence, it was on holy ground, where thousands of our Irish boys assembled all around. I was offered my full liberty if I resigned the cause. I would rather die 10,000 times than forsake my Irish boys. Oh, Irishmen, cheer up your hearts, relief is near at hand. For your success I'll always pray when in a foreign land. There is one request I'll ask of you, when your liberty you gain, remember poor John Mitchell, a convict bound in chains.
Fill up once more, we'll drink a toast to comrades far away. No nation upon earth can boast of braver hearts than they. And though they sleep in dungeon deep or flee outlawed and banned, we love them yet, we can't forget the felons of our land. In boyhood's bloom and manhood's pride, foredoomed by alien laws, some on the scaffold proudly died for holy Ireland's cause. And brothers, say, shall we today unmoved like cowards stand, while traitors shame and foes defame the felons of our land? Some in the convict's dreary cell have found a living tomb, and some unseen, unfriended fell within the dungeon gloom. Yet what care we, although it be trod by a ruffian band? God bless the clay where rest today the felons of our land. Let cowards mock and tyrants frown, a little do we care. A felon's cap is the noblest crown an Irish head can wear. And every Gael in Inishfail who scorns the serf's vile brand, from Lee to Boyne would gladly join the felons of our land. The song I sing is a song of home, a song of rushing dew, of glade and glen, of ford and fen, of lake and of mountain blue, of the signs that stand over all the land to tell of the long ago. Let your voices ring in the song I sing, Shan Erin and Ailgo Jo. Hurrah, the night is ended, we see the dawn's red glow. Oh, shout it high, 'tis a free man's cry, Shan Erin and Ailgo Jo. I sing of every wood and stream, of tower and vale and town, where brave men died, where brave men tried to tear the red rag down. From Kerry brave to the widest wave, where Lagan's waters flow, from Chowernary to the winding Lee, Shan Erin and Ailgo Jo. Hurrah, the night is ended, we see the dawn's red glow. Oh, shout it high, 'tis a free man's cry, Shan Erin and Ailgo Jo. I raise a ran for the ones who tread the path to the dawning day, who will pause no more till their native shore is free from the Saxon sway. Till from every hill and from every rill the freedom cry shall go, from old and young in the Gaelic tongue, Shan Erin and Ailgo Jo. Hurrah, the night is ended, we see the dawn's red glow. Oh, shout it high, 'tis a free man's cry, Shan Erin and Ailgo Jo.
You may sing and speak about Easter week and the heroes of '98, of the fearless men who roamed the glen for victory or defeat. There were those who died on the green hillside, they were outlawed on the moor. Not a word is said of the gallant dead in the valley of Knockanure. There was Dalton, Walsh and Lyons boys, they were young and in their pride. In every house and every crowd they were always side by side. The Republic bold they did uphold, though outlawed on the moor, and side by side they fought and died in the valley of Knockanure. Upon an autumn evening these three young men sat down to wait upon a brief dispatch to come from Tralee town. It wasn't long till lines came on, saying time isn't mine nor your, but the last was late and they met their fate in the valley of Knockanure. Upon a neighbouring hillside we listened in calm dismay. In every house for miles around a maiden knelt to pray. They're closing in around them now with rifle fire so sure, and Dalton's dead and Walsh is down in the valley of Knockanure. For they brought them hence beyond the fence wherein the firs did bloom. Like brothers so they faced the foe to meet their vengeful doom. As Tunney spoke his voice it broke with a passion proud and pure. For our land we die as we face the sky in the valley of Knockanure. There they lay on the damp cold clay, martyred for Ireland's cause, while the cowardly clan of the Black and Tan and show them England's laws. No more they'll feel the soft breeze steal o'er uplands fair and pure, for the wild geese fly where the heroes lie in the valley of Knockanure. When the evening sun was sinking beyond the Fale and Lee, the pale moon was rising away out beyond Tralee. The glistening stars shone out afar and gleamed o'er Cullen's moor, and the banshee cried where the heroes died in the valley of Knockanure. I met with Dalton's mother, and these words to me did say, May the Lord have mercy on my son, who fell in the fight today. Could I but kiss his cold, cold lips, my aching heart would cure, and I'd gladly lay him down to rest in the valley of Knockanure. Oh, what is all the fuss about, said the grand old Dame Britannia. Is it us that you're trying to live without, said the grand old Dame Britannia. Oh, don't believe them Sinn Féin lies, for every Gael for England dies. So enjoy home rule neath these Irish skies, said the grand old Dame Britannia. Oh, Redmond has the battle won, said the grand old Dame Britannia. He has finished what Wolfe Tone begun, said the grand old Dame Britannia. Those shinners through the country stalk, and you hear of 67 and bachelor's walk. Did you ever hear such foolish talk, said the grand old Dame Britannia. You'll want to lock a pound of me, said the grand old Dame Britannia, for your old Hibernian Academy, said the grand old Dame Britannia. But first I've got the Hun to quell, and I need my gold for shot and shell, and your art as salt can go to hell, said the grand old Dame Britannia. Scholars, hurlers, saints and bards, said the grand old Dame Britannia, come along and list in the Irish Guards, said the grand old Dame Britannia. Every man who treads on a German's feet shall be given a parcel tied up neat, a home rule badge and a winding sheet, said the grand old Dame Britannia. Come all you true and brave Irishmen, and listen to me a while. I'll tell you what England's government is doing in Erin's Isle. They're sending their soldiers and black and tans, likewise they are, I see, for to shoot and hang every Irishman who loves his country. It was on the 1st of November, boys, at 8 o'clock to time, they hanged this brave young Irishman who was scarcely in his prime. He died just like an Irishman, he died for liberty, and he fell in Mountjoy prison high upon the scaffold tree. His name was Kevin Paddy, and his age was scarce 18. He was as true an Irish boy as ever yet was seen. He marched up to the scaffold tree without a moan or sigh, and he said, I'd die 10,000 times to free my native isle. The nations of this earth were shocked at what England meant to do, to go and hang this brave young boy who was so loyal and true. They said they would try and do their best to have his sentence changed. They appealed to the English government to have this young boy saved. But when Lloyd George he heard of this, he gave his cruel reply that the government had decided this brave young man must die. He had offended Britain, and he thought it was high time to condemn to death every Irishman found guilty of such a crime. God rest you, Kevin Barry, and the men of Easter week, and the men who died on hunger strike, of them I also speak. Their names will be remembered when old Ireland yet is free, as the men who died and gave their lives for Irish liberty. O Irish men and women all who love your native land, don't be ashamed, don't be afraid, a republic to demand. Think of these men who died for you, may they not fall in vain, for they died and tried to make our land a nation once again.